Chapter 1. My first baby was finally coming. The large round mirror mounted on the ceiling of the delivery room was positioned at a perfect angle to give me a good view of the birth. At this time, ultrasounds were not routinely performed, so we had no idea of the baby's gender or health. As my husband Terry sat next to me, I was filled with anticipation and curiosity, wondering whether we would have a boy or a girl, imagining which of us the baby would resemble. Outside, the Utah landscape was white and pristine with last night's snow, but inside the hospital, the world was a sea of stainless steel and blue-green surgical scrubs. The room pulsed with a sense of excitement. I looked at Terry, whose face revealed his own expectancy and wonder, and then back at the mirror. As the baby pushed out of my body, I spotted the crown. The swatch of dark hair pleased me. It meant that my baby wasn't bald. The presence or absence of hair seems a small matter now, but I was young and naive. Nothing in my experience as a 20-year-old woman had prepared me for the reality of what was to come. When the baby's head emerged, the doctor used a small suctioning bulb to remove fluids from its nose and mouth. I wasn't worried. This was a routine procedure performed on newborns. Besides, Dr. Kirk had been delivering babies for many years. He had delivered my brother, Cloyd, 18 years earlier. When he finished suctioning, he helped ease the baby's shoulders out. Once freed, the rest of the body slid out, wet and slippery, and the doctor exclaimed, "You have a girl!" Terry leaned closer and squeezed my hand. I wasn't worried that he might be disappointed not to have a boy. Throughout my pregnancy, whenever he was asked if he wanted a boy or a girl, he had responded that it didn't matter as long as the baby had 10 fingers and 10 toes. Suddenly, my eyes caught sight of our baby's body. She looked strange to me, nothing like I expected. Her skin was a pale blue and coated with a creamy substance. Was that normal? My eyes flashed to Terry, whose brown eyes revealed his own uncertainty. My eyes quickly darted back to Dr. Kirk, but his focused expression revealed little. My attention finally settled back to my daughter. She didn't seem to be moving. I was frightened. Was she alive? Panic coursed through me. I had heard the term stillborn before, but had never imagined that something could go wrong with my baby. I was young and healthy. So was Terry. Nothing could be wrong with our baby. Could it? As the doctor placed the baby on my abdomen, her body flopped like a rag doll. Was she breathing? I couldn't tell. My heart pounded wildly inside my chest. A pair of nurses moved nearby, but my attention was focused on my small, motionless baby and the doctor who was busy clearing more fluids from her nose, mouth, and throat. The word breathe was like a chant inside my head. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Finally, after long and excruciating moments, gurgling sounds arose from her mouth. She made noises that sounded like muffled cries. Her arms and legs moved frantically, as if she had the sensation of falling. Yes, she was very much alive. I was relieved. My eyes moistened with tears. And then I saw her arms. Really saw her arms. Something was wrong. These were not normal arms, not normal hands. Now I was the one struggling to breathe. My pulse raced as I tried to make sense of what I was seeing. Her small bluish arms looked abnormally short and were severely bent at the wrists. Her hands and fingers looked really small, too small even for a newborn. Just as quickly as my eyes absorbed the images, my mind worked to deny them. This wasn't supposed to happen, not to us. My mind raced. Her arms were fine. She had simply been cramped inside the birth canal. She would look differently in a few hours. She just needed a little time in a less confined space. What else could explain her odd appearance? Nothing was wrong with my baby. She was normal. She had to be. I had to make my denial real. I whispered out loud, "No, her arms aren't bent." I blinked to clear my vision, but that did nothing to correct the distorted arms on my baby's body. A lump was forming in my throat. I could feel the muscles in my face strain from the fear and worry that consumed me. My voice was like a prayer inside my mind. "Oh, please, let her arms be all right. This can't be happening. This isn't real. I need to know that what I'm seeing isn't the truth." Then I heard Terry's voice. "Something's wrong with her arms," he said. The certainty in his voice hit me like a fist. At that moment, I knew that what I thought I was seeing was true. Those words reverberated inside my head. Something's wrong with her arms. "Is everything else all right? I mean, besides her arms?" I asked. I barely managed to form the words, but I needed some kind of reassurance, some good news. Dr. Kirk, who was in his 60s and had undoubtedly comforted other new mothers in difficult situations, placed his hand gently on my shoulder. The expression on his lined, porous face softened as he spoke. "Well, Debbie, this isn't the kind of baby I anticipated for you." My heart sank. This wasn't the kind of baby I had anticipated either.